So, for the past few years, I have trained a lot of therapy horses, and people who inquire about them always ask me about certification. And if you do a simple Google search on therapy horses, especially miniature horses, you would see all these advertisements for number one certified miniature therapy horses or top certification, world's toughest certification, world's highest standard of therapy horse certification. And if you inquire further, you would also learn that those very ranches and trainers certify themselves and their horses. So if you are falling for the claim that somehow there's this global standard certification that these animals have to pass, and then an official third party is giving them, granting them that certificate. But it's actually not that at all. It is not like what you think when you think of service dogs or, rescue dogs, even. It is basically a standard that's set by the trainer or the owner of the ranch. And most of the time, it's really evaluation of the temperament of the horse. Most miniature horses are calmer and in ways easier to train. And basically, they need to not kick, bite, be able to go through a hallway, maybe get, inside of tight places with crowds or people in wheelchairs and so forth. And basically not be afraid of objects that move and make noise and just unexpected human behavior, which is not easy to achieve for a horse. Horses are prey animals, so I'm not saying that this is not valuable. Of course, educating a horse is always valuable, but the deception comes when the purchaser thinks that the trainers are going to a third party to obtain this certificate, and it's just not that way. Now, I would call that a guarantee, more on the part of the trainer, not, I guess a certificate is a guarantee. But basically, I'm not particularly super impressed with what the therapy minis are doing for the most part. And I just want to shed light on this so that you know what you're paying for. Now, trainers' work is very valuable, and it is not easy to train a prey animal to deal with all the stuff that we throw at them, especially in therapeutic situations. So I'd be the first to say, yes, it's worth the money because somebody had to spend their time and their energy, their focus, their knowledge, their experience, their expertise to create this animal that serves people well. So it's not that they're not worth the money, it's just clarification of what certification means. Because when people ask me, well, are yours certified? And I'm like, no, by whom should they be certified? And then, of course, people want to negotiate the price down because they're not certified. But my certification is like, okay, look at what my horses can do. Did you find another horse that boasts certification that could also do all these things. If you can do this, then your therapy mini is Freedom Ranch certified. Because everybody's coming up with their own certification. Ho. Stop bouncing. Ho. Okay, put it on top of her. Good girl, Ho. Slide it off of her. Alright, that's your new certification for therapy minis. There you go. Good girl, Olive. Oh, you're toddler proof at Freedom Ranch. Okay, good girl. Alright, I think that's it. Don't you say? Wouldn't you say? Maybe swing. I have one more trick. Swing that like really hard. I have more tricks.
Swing it really hard while bouncing the ball.
Like, you know, like this. Why not? Like, you know, like. Okay, come on, Olive. Olive. She's like, that thing is
Come on. This thing is the thing that gives me great vibes.
So kind of just do it around her. Behind her. But no, I mean close to her. Like you do it regularly. Yeah, start swinging. Good. Oh. And good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Good. So that is it. To me, a therapy horse must be able to not kick, bite, shy. It should be able to be touched anywhere by anyone without spooking or reacting or retaliating in any way. It should have a sweet disposition, and it should be trained to trust people, to want to be with people, to love people. And this is the part that it doesn't just take the natural animal's predisposition, it takes a repetitious, consistent, daily interaction with positive experiences for a horse to crave to be with people. And this is what takes forever
Charm,
to train.
Charm. Hey, Charm, come on, look. Come on. What a good girl. Very little girl, come on. Good girl. Good girl, Mama. What a good girl, yes. Oh, your baby. Your baby girl here. Good girl. Charm. Charm, come on. Good girl. Good girl.
And yes, those horses who are born in ranches, including our ranch, or at least their long-term residents here, get that way. But it takes at least a year or more for them to really be sure that they absolutely are in love with people and all good things are to be expected from people. And then, of course, if they trust that, most other things are not an issue, like crawling under their belly while they're under stressful situations, or them picking up tools and helping you with yard work, or not being scared of anything that normal horses would be scared of. And this is what I do. Obviously, we address behaviors such as pick up your feet, don't kick anybody, don't, be polite getting treats, don't try to bite anybody. Be respectful with how your body language is with people. Don't barge into them. You're a bigger animal. Even minis, you know, if they're kind of pushy and disrespectful, it's still not a pleasant thing, especially in therapeutic situations. But that is the gist of it. That we address behaviors that are just basic politeness and manners, but then the desire to be with people and the absolute trust towards people is built over time with the correct interaction, not just any interaction. It has to be positive, and positive means not just treats and lovey-doveys, which is of course part of it, but also understanding the horse, understanding what they're saying to you, being able to communicate back to them and say something back that is meaningful to them. And then that conversation then builds trust. And once you have a respect and you know, the human is higher in the hierarchy of the horse herd, then we can fully do the lovey-doveys and hug and, you know, express our emotions in a different way. But for a horse who's a prey animal, the most important thing is this a trustworthy leader? Are people trustworthy leaders? And can I then relax and be with them and be glad to follow them anywhere? And I think if horses learn that and the handlers in the future continue to speak with them and interact with them in that kind of fashion, then that makes forever amazing therapy animals.
And just overall, the horse needs to want to be with you and stay with you.
I hope this kind of shed light on some of these certification issues for horses, and just get a horse that is sweet and very well trained as your therapy animal.